Have you ever found yourself unable to stop thinking about someone from your past, replaying conversations or moments over and over, or feeling stuck in memories that you logically know no longer serve you? Maybe it's a relationship that ended, a friendship that faded, or even a personal failure that keeps haunting you. Some people seem able to move on effortlessly, while others feel trapped in a loop of emotional attachment, unable to let go no matter how much time has passed. If this sounds familiar, then today on PsychVault X, we're going to explore the deep psychology of people who can't let go, why this happens, and practical ways to reclaim your mental and emotional freedom. Understanding the root causes can change the way you approach your past and your emotional life forever. Think about carrying a backpack filled with heavy stones. Each stone represents a memory, a regret, a lost opportunity, or a relationship that ended badly. Every time you revisit an old memory or dwell on something you can't change, another stone is added to the backpack. For some people, this load becomes almost unbearable. It affects their mood, their ability to make decisions, their relationships, and even their physical health. But why do some people struggle so much to let go while others seem unbothered by similar experiences? To understand this, we have to look at the psychology of attachment, emotional patterns, and the way our brains process memories. One major factor is attachment style, which is formed during childhood and deeply influences how we handle loss, separation, and disappointment as adults. Psychologists categorize attachment into several types: secure, anxious, avoidant, and disorganized. People with anxious attachment tend to replay memories over and over, overthink situations, and cling to relationships even when they are unhealthy. Their brains form strong neural pathways that reinforce attachment, making it automatic to hold on. This attachment is not just emotional, it is neurological. Their mind is wired to seek emotional closure and reassurance constantly, which can make letting go feel almost impossible. Trauma is another critical factor that keeps people emotionally tethered to the past. Trauma does not always need to be dramatic or catastrophic. Even subtle experiences of neglect, criticism, or emotional invalidation can leave deep psychological imprints. The brain tries to process these unresolved events, often by repeatedly revisiting them, seeking answers, justice, or closure. This is why some people hold on to grudges or revisit failed relationships decades later. The repeated mental engagement strengthens the emotional impact and makes detachment more difficult over time. Cognitive dissonance is also at play. Human beings naturally seek consistency between what they believe, expect, and experience. When reality contradicts internal beliefs, such as expecting a friendship to last forever or believing a relationship was perfect, people experience mental discomfort. To reduce this discomfort, the mind often clings to the past, replaying scenarios in a subconscious attempt to reconcile what happened with what should have happened. This behavior reinforces the attachment, creating a cycle of rumination and mental replay. Fear of the unknown is another reason why letting go is so difficult. Letting go usually requires stepping into uncertainty. The human brain is wired to perceive uncertainty as a potential threat. For many, the familiar pain of the past feels safer than the unknown possibilities of the future. This is why people may remain in toxic relationships, hold on to failed dreams, or avoid new opportunities. What the brain interprets as security is often just familiarity, even when that familiarity causes suffering. Emotional investment plays a significant role as well. Time, energy, and love are powerful investments. When we invest in relationships, careers, or experiences, letting go can feel like admitting failure or loss. Behavioral economics calls this the sunk cost fallacy. People continue investing in situations because they have already committed resources, even when the situation is unhealthy. The mind prefers to cling to the familiar rather than acknowledge that previous effort was lost.
Holding on, in this sense, becomes a coping mechanism, a way to protect the self from perceived failure.
We also see repetitive behaviors in people who can't let go. This includes constantly checking old messages, following ex-partners or old friends on social media, replaying events in the mind, or even revisiting old photographs and memorabilia. These actions give a temporary sense of control and comfort, but ultimately reinforce attachment. The more a person attempts to fix the past or hold on to it, the stronger the emotional bonds become, making moving on even harder. Neuroscience explains why this cycle is so strong. Emotionally charged memories activate the amygdala, which handles fear, stress, and emotional responses. At the same time, the prefrontal cortex, responsible for rational thought and decision-making, often struggles to override these emotional impulses. This is why, even when you intellectually know it's better to let go, emotionally it can feel impossible. The brain literally prioritizes emotional survival over rational choice, creating a mental tug-of-war. So how can someone begin the process of letting go? Awareness is the first step. Recognizing and admitting that you are holding on is crucial. Many people live unconsciously, spending mental energy on unresolved issues without even realizing it. Journaling can help externalize thoughts and emotions, allowing you to observe patterns without judgment. Writing down memories, feelings, and triggers helps break the loop of obsessive thinking. Mindfulness and meditation are highly effective tools for letting go. They train the brain to stay present, reduce rumination, and weaken the emotional intensity of past experiences. Mindfulness allows you to observe your thoughts without judgment or attachment, creating space between emotional triggers and your reactions. Cognitive behavioral strategies also help by identifying irrational beliefs and reframing them in healthier, more constructive ways. Therapy can be transformative, particularly trauma-focused therapy. Many people struggle to let go because of unresolved emotional wounds they are not fully aware of. Working with a trained professional provides a safe environment to process grief, resentment, and regret, while teaching practical strategies to regulate emotions and gradually release attachment. Building emotional resilience is essential in this journey. Letting go often triggers feelings like anxiety, sadness, or anger. People who cannot tolerate these emotions often cling to the familiar for comfort. Resilience training helps people face discomfort without being controlled by it, reducing the need for emotional dependency on past events or relationships. Forgiveness is another critical component. It is often misunderstood. Forgiving someone, or even yourself, does not mean condoning harmful behavior or forgetting painful experiences. It is a conscious decision to free yourself from resentment, anger, and the emotional weight of the past. Forgiveness shifts focus from what was lost to what can still be created, opening up the mind and heart to growth and new experiences. Creating new experiences is a powerful method for moving on. Emotional energy is limited, and when the mind is constantly occupied by the past, there is little space for the present. Pursuing new hobbies, forming meaningful connections, or engaging in personal growth replaces the emotional energy once dedicated to old attachments. Over time, this diminishes the hold of past experiences and fosters emotional freedom. Letting go is a process, not a single event. It takes patience, persistence, and self-compassion. People who struggle with letting go are not weak. They are human, wired to protect themselves, seek closure, and preserve emotional attachments. Understanding the psychology behind this behavior allows us to approach it with empathy, both for ourselves and for others. It also empowers us with strategies to gradually release the past and embrace life fully. Practical steps can start small. Choose one memory, one relationship, or one situation that still affects you. Reflect on your feelings, write them down, and take a conscious step to release it, whether through meditation, conversation, or redirecting your energy to something meaningful. Over time, these small actions accumulate, creating profound freedom. Letting go is not about forgetting the past. It's about consciously choosing well-being over unproductive attachment and reclaiming mental and emotional energy for the present and future. Thank you for watching this in-depth exploration on the psychology of people who can't let go. On PsychVault X, we dive into the hidden mechanisms of the human mind and the patterns that shape behavior, emotion, and thought. I hope this video provided insights into why some people struggle to release the past and gave you practical strategies to start letting go today. Remember, letting go does not mean losing. It means creating space for healing, growth, and new opportunities. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like and subscribe for more professional insights into the human mind, behavior, and emotional intelligence. Share your experiences in the comments. Have you struggled to let go, and what strategies have helped you? Together, we can continue exploring the fascinating depths of psychology and learn how to live a freer, more mindful, and emotionally empowered life.